developed and how it is developing, especially here in Europe and around the world. And it's going and going and going. Notice how many more people there are that have come in the last 20 years. It's pretty amazing. So let's, or 25 years, I guess. Wow. Wow. It was pretty lonely for a while.
Freiburg. Jenny, Germany.
Jules, the U.S., France.
Jess, the country of San Francisco and Berlin.
Yuri, Slovenia. Alexei, Russia and Germany.
I'm a choreographer, dancer, and I danced for many years with a dancer who were making contact improv, and then I recognized that I want to learn it also, and it took me many times. Meanwhile, he came to the earth, and now he's 7, and I finally arrived to come here. So I'm a beginner. Now I realize that I couldn't live without contact. That if I miss contact, I would be not happy in my life, because this is really like kind of, you can learn everything in a contact very straightly, because you cannot so much lie with your body like with all the habits in your life which are done yet. So you can see how you are in a contact,
in a good way or also in a bad way if you are judging yourself. But you can also see that you can change it immediately. And this is so nice feeling. You can change also all the world around you through the contact. So it is also nice.
Я как раз был на каком-то перекрестке в жизни, и оно как-то так пришло, и все довольно поменялось. Да.
But to start off that way really brought me somewhere else in terms of my relationship to dance and in terms of my relationship to myself.
Are you holding them, touching them some way, somehow? Visually? Tactily? What senses are you using most in order to form this union?
Там я больше как находил сольную форму, то есть больше сам собой, а здесь я чувствую какую-то, что ли, обязанность, ну какая-то привязанность к партнеру, что я бы хотел даже на самом деле быть больше свободнее, да, в этом плане. То есть легче входить в контакт и выходить с него.
Что ты чувствуешь, когда ты смотришь на небо? Что у тебя сейчас дома?
For me, transitioning from ballet to contemporary to improvisation, it's all about language. It's all about curiosity and expression.
Josh, I warmed the place for you.
For me, it's a way, I can be someone who's very shy and doesn't talk a lot, but I feel like it's another way for me to communicate things. And there are many things that don't have words.
Anybody else? What keeps you together? How do you work to keep together? Hey!
And it's a play. Sometimes it's very nice to let yourself be moved by something without giving any our new idea. Sometimes it's very good to be really a leader. Sometimes it's very good to dance your own dance and immediately become like a couple with somebody who is more tuned on you, or you are tuning on him, but not completely. So with every person you can become something another, because it gives you another possibilities, another conditions.
Because I want to be able to teach it. If you tell me what you're doing, I'll teach it.
Speciality in the contact, now. Contact.
I don't like too much freedom. I like having a structure. For me, that I find in structures my creativity can blossom. sometimes if there's too much freedom, it makes it hard for me. So contact is a nice form.
I experienced not doing contact improvisation before, but when I started dancing, I was feeling scared just to be in touch with a girl, and I had never done that before, and it was wow.
Just turn around and just walk that way. You want to get it here, and then it's becoming this. Look at her head. See, look at the head. That's not nice.
It's a very beautiful thing when you can find the language between two people, or more than two, but usually two people. So what happens is, like in a conversation, if we were having a conversation, it's about what's happening between us, not about what I want to say or what you want to say, but rather the structure that's being built between us. So for me, it's a very important tool and a very important lesson that, again, bridges the gap between the dance studio and the outside world in terms of how we relate to one another.
Is there a big difference? Are they a sensation of something that makes me move like this? Or are they movements? The same movement, which is very different. Not that the one is better than the other. So it means if I'm in the groove, if I feel, oh fuck, now we've been nice and neat. Yeah. But if they don't join me,
it's important to strike a balance, which you can make decisions. Sometimes it's very nice to enter the world of someone else, to experience what they're experiencing. But even if you do so, you remain an individual. You can't escape it, so it's not something that I worry about.
open person and funny and laughing all the time. And I think contact improvisation have that strong quality, like social quality. Be all the time with people and touch. You also cannot be in touch, but normally you are surrounded by people and you feel the warmth and the energy of the other people, and that's what makes you feel really, really good too. It's not just only about the dancing part, but also the social part too.
The influence is strongest right after the jam. When I go home and I hug people, hello, it's suddenly a much different experience. And there are all sorts of everyday experiences that I take the time to enjoy, like going into the water of a lake. I enjoy the contact of the water going slowly across my skin. By eating also. These effects, some of them go away a few days after the jam, and some of them do stay with me.
Individual statements or individual desires are one thing, but they don't mean anything until they come together with somebody else's and there's something in the middle, and then something can be understood. If I just hold an opinion but I don't present it in a way that you can listen to it and understand it and relate to it, then it doesn't mean anything. Yeah? But aesthetically, as I explore the form more, I think it's also very interesting to explore this adaptability or yielding to someone else's language and maintaining your own. And how can you have a level of listening where you both have an individual quality that is not always adapting, and then it starts to become something else. But this traditionally, I feel like, or what I would call classical contact improv, is more about adapting to create this flow of connection between. And that's when you see people, it's very soft and flowing easily between things, and even the greatest lifts are very light and versatile. But you can start to play with that. So I like both.
We have not arrived. There I arrived.
Well, I always try and adjust myself to the partner I'm dancing with. So if there's little understanding, then the problem is my problem as much as my partner's problem. and I slow down sometimes. I realize something's not working, I have to listen more carefully.
If I start with my feeling of time, what song is here now, then I can come into my partner and without trying to tune on him, the body did it automatic. So then it's like you are only observer and you don't lose energy. And you can also use your brain to really decide what you want to do in this time. You are only feeling the right time, and your body is choosing, your imagination is choosing what to do and where in the right time. So then you are not working with muscles, you are working with nerves, and your body is much quicker because you are not stopping it. So I realized to play with this with people here, and it was very nice things. Very.
I'm not very faithful as a partner in this sense. In other senses, yes, but for dancing, I really enjoy the experience of not knowing someone, meeting them through touch, and getting to know them without saying a word. That's very interesting for me.
I think the most important thing that Contact has taught me is that you're never alone. That if you are dancing, even if there's nobody else in the space, you're connecting to the floor, you're connecting to the space, you're connecting to the audience. You're connecting to your bones, your muscles. I can partner my nose with my knee, and that can suddenly become very interesting. And as long as I'm interested in it, then it's going to be interesting for somebody else to watch.
talking about should you do contact or not, and I didn't know what contact was. I saw sometimes people were improvising freestyle, and sometimes they were dancing together. And dancing together was even more fun.
We love contact so much is that it's so much more exciting to live a reality that's unexpected, that lives in the realm of unknowing. I know my own reality. I don't know what's in the space between you and me, and that's very exciting. And that can teach me a lot about when I go and I develop my own language or solo work. It's very easy to get stuck in your own way of moving, and it becomes uninteresting to you after a while. It's your gold, it's your home where you live, and you can push it and develop it, but you can learn so much from coming into communication with someone else. So I move very differently when I dance with other people, and also when I dance with different people. As you watch, you might start to notice one person will have very different dances with different people, and that can go on. So it's like you discover different parts of yourself.
Since I do contact, I'm more able to see myself. I'm more able to be honest with myself. And I'm more creative also. I can really learn myself to jump into the situation which I don't know what is going to happen. And even I have fear, I can use this fear and survive with this. Because this fear, it could be also only some small tension, and it could be at the same time pleasant to go into the situation which I don't know what is going to happen. Maybe I can imagine. Then it's going to happen, or it's completely something another.
Will I may stretch, open one eye, open a mouth and yawn, oh, let out a sigh. Will I may sit up in her bed, she dreamt of a dress that was betrayed when she was 5. Pictures swirling and sinking in her head, she's sitting there thinking, I feel so alive.
I think we live in a society where there are so many structures around how we live that we stop noticing them. Even the most basic, like we don't touch one another, we don't touch strangers. Or we don't care for strangers. We don't express a human empathy openly very often. And in that way, it's revolutionary, I think. As a form of communication also, between people of different nations, between people of different cultures. When you come into a dance with someone based on touch and weight and momentum and forces outside of yourself, and you can find a level of communication not only with someone that you've never met before, but someone from a completely different part of the world, perhaps with completely different opinions than your own, I feel like you start to get a little closer to humanity.
Well, contact improvisation, we work a lot with the center. So, for example, you work with your kids or with any kind of people. Working together with the centers, that creates a whole union of energy and mass, and which it goes together, and then that creates a strong relation with everyone.
think contact improv gives the tools or the possibility, the concept to touch and search in touching, how to touch the other people. I mean, not just this touch, to get into contact. Du hast doch mich gefragt, die erste Nacht, wo wir unten waren. Mama, was machen all die Menschen hier?
Ja.
Hast du eine Antwort gefunden? Hast du keine Antwort gefunden? Denkst du, sie tanzen oder denkst du, sie spielen?
Beide.
Sie tanzen und spielen. Was machen sie noch?
Sie tanzen und spielen.
Sie tanzen und spielen.
Und üben.
Üben. Und was üben sie?
Tanzen.
Sie üben tanzen. Und denkst du, sie haben...
Tanzspiele üben.
Sie üben Tanzspiele. Und denkst du, dass es denen ein bisschen Spaß macht, sehr Spaß macht oder sehr viel Spaß macht?
Kommt drauf an, wie der andere ist.
Mit denen sie tanzen? Aber denkst du, jeder tanzt nur mit einer Person oder denkst du, die tanzen mit unterschiedlichen Personen?
Ja, unterschiedlich. Da denkt man, ich will immer nur mit dem einen spielen, obwohl der andere ja dann eigentlich auch sehr gut ist.